on Facebook.
All right, sounds good. So you can check us out there. Also, we're talking a little bit this morning about a report that we saw where if you ask a younger person, say 12 and under, to tell you how would you answer a phone or how would you hold a phone if you were going to talk to somebody, they would take their palm, just a flat palm, and put it up to their ear, as opposed to the way that we would do it, and that is the pinky and finger out with the fist, like you're talking on the phone.
That's right.
And so we thought, well, what are some other things that are done differently by the younger generation that maybe you've noticed than what we did back in the day? And so you can either call or text us, 800-221-9356. You can also, if you're watching us on Facebook, you can put a comment there on our stream. And so let us know about that as well. Plus, later this hour, we're going to talk with Todd Nettleton from Voice of the Martyrs as well. So hope you can stay with us. Right now, here's Matthew West on Moody Radio, Quad Cities. Well,
Are you able to see that screen well enough?
yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I just have to kind of duck down a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, we had to get a little fancy with Deb, and we actually flipped that screen
Oh,
around.
really?
But I've got the tripods there, so I'm not sure.
Yeah,
if
I can
really
see it. I can see it all
facilitate
right. Well, good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We're doing a little bit differently today just because Deb's not here, so it's me and Jeremy. So I've flipped over to the other side of the board where I'm normally on the opposite side.
That's right. Welcome to my side of the room.
That's right. We've gone to the dark side. Well, literally,
Actually,
kind of.
It is, because I've got all the lights set for you guys over
Right,
there.
right, exactly. So I was going to throw something out here during our Facebook time. Yesterday, I came across an article, and I was just kind of drooling when I read this.
Oh, no.
There was a 1965 Ford Shelby Mustang GT350 that was recently sold and is now the most valuable Mustang ever sold. It was sold for $3.85 million at an auction over this past weekend. The Mustang's creator, Carroll Shelby, also drove the car at one point, as well as racing legend Ken Miles. And so the previous record holder was an original Bullitt Mustang, which sold at an auction for $3.74 million last January. Anyway, so we've talked about cars before, but I thought I'd throw out there, if money was no object, what car would you have? Or vehicle. Doesn't have to be necessarily a car, could be a truck. Anyway, so if money was no object, what vehicle would everybody have? You can make a comment here on Facebook. We'd love to find out. So
Is it Wednesday?
it is Wednesday. We forgot to do the hump day.
I never
thing.
did a hump day.
No, I forgot all about it too. It's Wednesday.
Hump day?
There it is. Can't have a Wednesday without a hump day there. So yeah, morning to. Let's see, is Heidi on there?
Heidi, Lori, Dave
There we go. Good morning, gang.
joined us.
So if you could drive, or if money was no object, what car would you buy, or vehicle would you buy? Wonder what Deb's doing on her vacation so far. Well, they just probably got there yesterday out to Colorado, so.
Yeah, and that early morning, they might be tired.
Yeah, because they're an hour behind us, so it's only a little after 6 where they're at. Should we call her?
That'd be fun.
I don't think she'd answer, though.
Let's see. Coming back.
Day one with Matthew West on Moody Radio Quad Cities. Ken and Jeremy here hanging out, as well as we are live streaming on Facebook at the moment, too, so you can check that out. We're talking about a certain topic there, but on the air, we're talking about different things that the younger generation might do today that are different than back in the day. For example, Lori had said one of those box TVs versus a flat screen TV. Yeah. I can see that. There's a lot of kids today that don't even know about the old console TVs.
No, where you open up the door and
Right.
you maybe got a little lid on top where you store the VCR.
Yeah, that's right. And so there's a lot of folks that don't know that. As a matter of fact, I was driving down the road yesterday, and out on the side of the road, somebody had one of those big old TVs sitting out there, and they had a sign on it that said "for free," and not a flat screen. It was a big old box TV.
Well, I ran into a couple of years ago, I bought a lawnmower, a push lawnmower.
Right.
And I showed up, and the guy wanted so much money, but I had come with 20s, and so he couldn't break a 20 apparently. He couldn't give me $10 change.
Right.
And he's like, "Well, here, I'll throw in this TV I was going to put into a garage sale." And I'm just looking at that tube TV, and it sat in my garage for, let's see, 9 months. And I think I left it when I moved out of the house. I just,
right. You don't need it anymore. It takes up so much room with those tubes and everything in there. I mean, I just remember having so much room to do that. Now you can put the thing up on the wall, the TV. So anyway, what are some things that are done differently by the younger generation than you did way back in the day? You can call or text us, 800-221-9356.
So we got a couple of cars.
Let's see here.
Dave wanted to let you know about the Mercedes-Benz.
Oh, yeah. What model, Dave? What model? Do you have one in mind? So I got a chance to ride in... Oh, I actually got a chance to drive a Bmw X5 recently, which is kind of the SUV BMW. It's the bigger one, 4-door. It's got a V8 in it. Very nice. What's interesting, though, on those is when you're idling or when you're at cruise speed, 4 of the cylinders shut down. So you only run it on 4 cylinders, and then when you need the power again, the computer kicks back in all eight cylinders and gives you more power. It's very interesting. My son actually has a newer, I guess it would be it's a Chevy Tahoe, a newer Chevy Tahoe, and his does the same thing, where you have 4 of the cylinders that shut down when you're in idle or you're in cruising speed. So I thought that was interesting. Oh yeah, Bonnie, the old tube testing machines they had at convenience stores. I remember those. That's been a long time ago. Take your tubes in from your TV and you test them to see if they're good. Yeah. Interesting. Thanks, Bonnie. Oh, VW van. Heidi said a VW van.
Yep, and we've got a call that we'll share with folks once we get back on the air.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, Jeremy, you start thinking about what vehicle
Okay.
that you would, if money was no object.
Can I do fictional vehicles?
Sure. Brian said Ferrari. There you go. About 9 minutes after 7 now. It's Ken and Jeremy with you as Deb has the week off. She's on vacation. And we're talking about some different things that you remember back in the day that our younger generation maybe do or think differently about. And I think we've got a phone call here this morning. Moody Radio, hi, who's this?
Yeah, this is Kobe.
Hey, Kobe.
On the road, driving down the road. And I
Yeah.
appreciate you guys being on the air for me every day.
Oh, man, appreciate you listening. So do you have something you remember back in the day that maybe is different from today?
Yeah, it just struck me funny that my dad used to always say, go make me some popcorn. So we always had to go in and make it on the stove in the pan.
Yep.
Nowadays, I say to my grandkids, go make some popcorn. They grab the bag, they throw it in the microwave, and push the popcorn button.
Right. That's right. Yeah. So do you think that there's a difference in taste, Kobe, between the microwave and the stovetop?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not near as burnt.
That is true.
And I also, when you was talking about the TVs,
Yeah.
I also remember when I was the remote for my dad.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Change the channel.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. It was the Kobe model, right? It just, hey,
Yeah.
go change the channel.
There you go.
All right. Hey, brother, be safe out there. Thanks for listening.
You too. Appreciate all you do.
Yep, God bless you.
Amen.
It's 10 minutes after 7 o'clock. Maybe you've got something that you remember the younger generation do differently than we did back in the day, or that you remember something that we used or something like that. Let us know. 800-221-9356. Here is Hope Darst, and the song is called Peace Be Still on Moody Radio. Eight-track tapes. Wanda was talking about that as far as the topic on the air. Heidi says a large motorhome.
That was actually kind of what I was thinking about. The other day because I kind of browse houses. I don't have my own place right now,
Right.
but I browse, and I came across a motorhome that's more expensive than most of the houses I can afford. And we were looking at it, it was just gorgeous.
Oh, my. I mean, we're talking about a motorhome that has like a double door silver or what is it? Stainless steel refrigerator with the freezer on the bottom. I mean, like you would have in your house in a motorhome.
And this was used.
Yeah.
They were like on Facebook trying to sell it. And
Yeah, and the bedroom, I mean, it was bigger and fancier than most of the ones in my house, in this motorhome. And yeah, it was pretty fancy.
yeah, that might be my option just because of the place I'm at in my life.
Hey, you could go anywhere you want. You got my home with me.
That's right.
Just tow your vehicle behind it, and then you got a little car to drive around, or get you a little motorcycle or scooter. Put
Maybe
it on
I'll
there.
just hang out in the parking lot here at the radio station.
Yeah.
It helps with the fact that everyone thinks I live here
Yeah.
so already.
Yeah, that's right. Oh. A 1965 Lincoln Continental. Oh, yeah. So I'm curious. Dave said that. Dave, is that the one? I think they call them suicide doors. Anyway, where you have the two doors and they open up kind of like that. I mean, the handles are together. And are you visualizing this? So instead of you have one door here and it opens this way and the other door opens that way, these will open like that.
I'm going to have to Google this.
Yeah, you have to go look at it. Anyway, so those are pretty cool. When you had the two door handles that were together and you could open up both doors at the same time, the front door and the back door.
Oh.
See what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes. So hinged in the rear rather than in the front.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think there were a lot of different cars that had that on there. Like, I'm just seeing, I don't know what those models are that you're looking at there, but I do remember a Lincoln that had that on their car. But then, of course, you have the, I think it might even be a Ferrari or Lamborghini or whatever, where the doors open up.
Oh, yeah.
They
Kinda
swing
like
up.
the DeLorean style?
Yeah. Well, those.
Oh, no, you're
DeLoreans
talking
open-
about they slide.
They kind of lift
they
up.
still,
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Tilt forward, yeah. That's interesting. I don't know if I could get used to that or not. There are some pretty neat features on vehicles these days. Mm-hmm. Mary said the Batmobile.
Right there. But, there's so many different Batmobiles, Mary.
Oh, now you're talking. So you got
you've triggered
Jeremy's
me.
going into nerd zone here.
What are we? Are we talking 1966 Batmobile? Are we talking from one of the movies? I mean, the 19.
So you're thinking the Adam West version, or are you talking about the movies?
Tim Burton.
Yeah.
That big one that they had in the Christopher Nolan that's more like a tank.
Right. There's Hope Darst with Peace Be Still on Moody Radio Quad Cities, and we've been talking about some different things that are done differently today by the younger generation, or things that they use today which are different than we used back in the day. Phones is how this all got started, because we're talking about how do the younger generation pantomime a phone. In other words, how do they? If you said, "Show me how you would answer a phone," they'll take their whole palm, right?
Yep,
And
open,
put that
flat.
open flat, and they put it up to their ear because of smartphones.
Yeah, they're like slabs.
Right. Instead of like back in the day when we used to use the fist with the pinky and thumb out and you use like your phone like that. So some other things that maybe you have noticed that people are doing differently.
Which that actually is kind of hits close to home because one of my signals for you and Deb
Yes.
is if there's a phone call coming, because
Right.
we've got it set up in the studio where we've got these lights that actually are behind you guys.
Yeah.
And whenever it rings, those flash first.
Right.
And so when I want you guys to know there's a call coming in, my hand pops up and starts shaking like a. In my head, it's like a rotary phone ringing off the hook.
Right. Yeah.
Which confused you guys when I first started doing it.
But now I know. Now we know what it is.
So now do I just do like a
No.
pulsating just palm?
We've got Deb knowing what we do now.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't want to change gestures in the middle of the stream. That would not work.
She comes back, I just act like that's what I've done the entire time.
She'll go, what are you waving at? Who you waving at? Anyway, so Bonnie said those tube testing machines that they used to have in convenience stores. So this, Jeremy, and I'll just inform you of this, back in the day when we had tube TVs, you could actually do a little home diagnostic on it if it wasn't working right. You could take a tube out and take it to the store and plug it into this little machine, and it'll tell you if it's bad or not. And then they'd have them there, and you'd buy the tube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
My daddy used to fix them things. Looks like he got a short in it. Yeah. So literally, people would take the backs off of their TVs, reach in there. Hopefully, they had it unplugged, and they would pull the tube out, and you would take it into the store and you plug it in and test it. I remember those when I was a kid. Yep. He's looking at me like, you guys were nuts.
I mean, I could see kids tearing a TV apart, but all right.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks, Bonnie. Appreciate you letting us know. Hey, if you've got something, let us know as well. 800-221-9356.
Cameras develop film.
Yeah.
So.
I was just watching. I'm trying to see on the live feed. Telling you about that. The look on your face is hilarious. They used to do what?
What?
Yes. All right. So back to cars,
Back to cars. Shift gears.
right? No pun intended, or maybe it was intended.
Oh.
Hey. So for me, I have two different ones. All right. I have a truck. I would love to have a brand new F-250 4x4. I think it'd probably be the platinum package. Kind of somewhat raised up a little bit, not like monster truck, but just raised up a little bit more clearance. Big brush guard on the front. I would love to have one of those. But as far as like other cars, things like that, I think I mentioned this before. I would love to have, I think it's a 1971 Stingray convertible, canary yellow, with side pipes on it.
Okay.
Or a 1979 Pontiac Trans Am, like the one used in Smokey and the Bandit.
Okay.
Love to have one of those as well. I actually saw one of those the other day, and I was had to stop and pull over and look at it for a while. With the T-tops, of course. Got to have that.
We got over a minute and a half. Yeah,
Oh, we're getting in some really good examples for the on-air stuff, like Cracker Jack's prizes. Mary said that.
I think
Yep.
someone mentioned a party line earlier.
Yeah. 15-cent box of popcorn. Yeah, right, Dave.
Oh, the actual radio dials. I had when I was younger, when I first got a TV, my parents gave me like this old black and white TV that actually still had a dial for the channels.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was really cool because I had this toy. It was a transformer, and like whenever you started transforming it from a cab into a robot,
Yeah.
it would send a radio signal out to tell its trailer to start automatically unfolding into like this base.
Okay.
Well, I discovered that signal also triggered the TV. And it was really weird the first couple of times I did it because I've got the toy, you know, I'm like 12 years old. I'm unfolding it, and suddenly the TV comes on.
Weird.
And I'm like, it's demon possessed.
So, did this thing literally tell the trailer and it would automatically unfold?
It would send the signal to
Really?
trigger it to unfold.
Weird. Ken and Jeremy with you. Thanks for hanging out with us. Hey, by the way, coming up here in about 10 minutes, we're going to visit with Todd Nettleton from Voice of the Martyrs. So hope you can stay with us for that. Also, we are giving away a couple of the Fruit of the Spirit gift boxes today on our website, but also on the air. So what we've been doing this week is giving you the fruits of the Spirit, but leaving one out. And each day it changes. And so we're asking you to do that today and text us that fruit of the Spirit, right?
Yes. Yes. And you know, earlier I had the list in front of me of the different prizes you can win, and I do not have that anymore.
That's okay. I will give them to you. You get a Moody Radio tumbler, a 12-ounce bag of Hope coffee, a scented candle from Bright Endeavors, a Moody journal, and 9 titles from Moody Publishers that deal with the fruits of the Spirit. All right, so all of that in a little box with a little bow. You get it.
Yep, and we're giving away 2 on air each
Yep.
day, and we're also giving 2 away online. So
Exactly.
online, you can sign up at moodyradio.org/QuadCities.
Yep. And on the radio, what we're having you do is text us the fruit of the Spirit that we leave out of the list. All we need is just the word. No emojis, no questions, no statements, just the word at 800-221-9356.
And also, a thing we've been running into is you probably need to text it from a smartphone.
Okay.
Because we have had a couple of people text it from a flip or a basic phone.
Yeah.
And you can't hit hyperlinks to go to the form where you actually put your information.
I got
So
you.
you'll probably need to do it from a smartphone.
Okay.
Or go to a computer and actually type in that web address.
Right. All right. So here are the fruits of the Spirit. Pay attention because we're going to leave one of them out. All right. You ready? Love, joy, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control.
And in reverse?
It is self-control, gentleness, faithfulness, goodness, kindness, patience, joy, love. So, what one did we leave out? Text it to us, 800-221-9356. We'll send you back a link. You fill out the form, and then we'll put you in the drawing for these gift boxes. We'll draw for those just before 9. Yes, so if you are on Facebook as well, but not on the radio, and you heard us talking about that, text us.
Yep. I mean, you've got until, if you're watching it afterwards also, you've got until just before 9 o'clock. I think it's about 10 minutes till 9 that we actually start getting names in order to do the drawing.
Right. Hey, keep in mind, too, that if you do text in the word on a smartphone and you don't get a reply back from us, that means that you didn't put in the right word.
That's correct.
And so if you don't get a response right back, then you probably didn't put in the right word that we're looking for. So try again.
That's right.
But yeah, so we'd love to do that. Oh, by the way, so cars. Let's see. Do we have any more cars that have come in? If money was no object, what car would you buy? Because over the weekend there was a 1965 Ford Shelby Mustang GT350 that went for, just a few dollars, $3.85 million over the weekend. You probably don't want to drive that. I'm just thinking, except for maybe once in a while. It'd be one of those you want to put in a garage somewhere.
Probably.
Yeah. I don't have to worry about that, though. So,
No, neither do I.
all right. Well, everybody have a great rest of your day. We're going to wrap up our mid-morning show coffee break for today. Jared Hall will be back with us tomorrow and join us for the mid-morning show coffee break. Everybody have a great rest of your day, and you can still think about all the cars that you want to have.